All right, marker please. Thank you, Rich. Hey guys, Sean Taggy here with Memphis Investment Properties, the Chief Operating Officer and partner over here. Today, I'm going to be talking about an awesome topic, the 4 advantages of real estate investing. So let's dive in. Okay guys, the 4 advantages of real estate investing. So let's assume you buy a turnkey property from us. So what we do is we provide fully renovated turnkey properties. They're ready to go. They're tenant proof. The roofs are newer. The HVACs, the water heaters are new or newer, and it's ready to be rented or already rented, cash flowing. Day one. And we have property management in place to just manage this asset and treat it as a really awesome passive income diversified from the stock market. Let's say you buy this property for $100,000 and it rents for, $950 or $1,000 a month, and you put $20,000 down on this property. So what is awesome about this is, you're going to have a mortgage on this property. You're making $950. You're going to have taxes, insurance, utilities. You're going to have vacancy sometimes, maintenance request, property management fees for us to manage the property for you. But after that, when all is said and done, on average, you'll be making $150 to $200 a month, a little stream of income that we like to call passive cash flow. So one of the best advantages is cash flow. Debatable best advantages. So as you get that cash flow, it's an awesome advantage to real estate, and typically, you'll be seeing 6 to 12%, depending on the asset class, where the market is, how much you pay, and everything like that. Cash on cash return on investment. So that $150 to $200 a month on your $20,000 down. Over 12 months, you can kind of add that up. So just alone with this 6 to 12%. In my opinion, you're beating the stock market, doubling, tripling, outperforming it in many ways. And it's like dividends, but just on steroids coming at you. And you also own a physical asset that you control instead of some random company or some random diversified mutual fund that you have no control over. It's not a physical asset. Who knows what will happen to those companies and everything like that. Okay, so the second advantage to real estate investing that you do not have on the stock market is tax. You have tax savings. Okay, so you can make write-offs. There are lots of things you can do. Consult an accountant on this, but me personally, I can write off actually the travel expenses to go view my property if it is out of state. Or hotels and other things like that. I can charge, if I have tools and I fix it up myself, or other things that I spend on it. The expenses on this property is a write-off, so the management fees is a tax write-off. Also, the mortgage expense is a tax write-off, which, as we know, on those amortization scales, they're heavy interest on the front end of that $80,000 loan, and you can write all of that off. And if you're in a 30, 40, 50% tax bracket, let's say you can write off conservatively, $2,000 a year. Also let me go into one more thing. You can also depreciate the asset. Consult an accountant on this, of course, but yes, it isn't in the tax code. What I do personally is over 127.5 years, this property is going down in value according to the IRS, and so you write that down as a loss. So say you write off, that $2,000, all those expenses, and you're in a 50% tax bracket, you essentially saved $1,000 that you otherwise would have had to pay on your taxes. So, right there is an awesome, I think that's about a 5%, 5% return on investment. More or less, depending on your tax bracket, savings there. Just a quick example on that. And that is something you cannot do in the stock market, right? Because it's not a physical asset, because it's not a business, you're not creating housing or anything like that. You're taxed on what you make on the appreciation and everything like that, and your cash flow. So another awesome advantage is your mortgage pay down, also leverage. Okay. So according to leverage, I can control a $100,000 asset for a 1 to 5 ratio, 1 to 5, 1 to 4 ratio, depending on your lender and your loan to value on their property. So I can be controlling something that is massive and appreciating over time, but with a fraction of the money. You can do this in the stock market, options, and have a line, some credit line to go on it, but that's super risky. This is more safe because you're getting the cash flow and the tax advantages. Other thing is, yes, let's say you have a $500 a month, mortgage, something around there on this property. Probably, at the beginning, probably like $50 a month is towards principal, and $450 is towards interest. That $450 you can write off on your taxes. Check with your accountant. There's some other tax things and various complex things about it, but it is awesome. I do it, and you're paying down this mortgage. Yeah, you are paying down interest, but you are also paying down that principal balance after 5, 10 years, 15 years of owning your asset, and especially after 30 years, you own it free and clear. And then you don't have that mortgage payment, so then your cash flow goes up another $450. Also, you're locking in this mortgage on today's value in dollars. That this mortgage doesn't go up over time. They're not like, hey, your $500 a month payment was worth less last year than this year according to inflation. You have to pay. So no, it's locked in for life. So the lender is, if you keep holding on that mortgage for years, your dollars, paying a $500 a month payment in 10, 20, 30 years from now is going to be a lot less, ratio-wise according to inflation. Lastly but not least, as I've been alluding to, you get appreciation. Okay. What I love about real estate, it is a bet and a hedge against inflation. Okay. Yes, and you're hearing about inflation all the time. Prices going up, the consumer price index. Inflation is kind of, those numbers are all fudge, right? Let's not get into those conspiracy things or debates on that. But if inflation is happening, then that means real estate prices are going up because lumber costs more, to build it costs more, all that. Labor costs more, food costs more. So then housing is going to go up. And that helps us in two ways. Number one, our rent is going to go up. Wow, that was terrible spelling, but rent is going to go up. So in 950, what we've been seeing in Memphis is 3 to 5% rent appreciation year over year over year, 17, 18, 19, 20. Supply and demand, everything like that going in here. So, let's say, next year, 975, 1,000. Maybe 2 or 3 years, you bump it up. We're doing 2-year leases where we lock our people in at $950, but doing a 4% rent increase rounded to the nearest $25 increment for that next year they renew. So, that's what we're doing. So locking in a 4% rent appreciation. Also, the icing on the cake is appreciation of the value, right? As there's supply and demand with housing, I don't think they're building enough to keep up with the population growth and whatever else is happening. Memphis has seen a 4 to 5% appreciation from 2017, 18, 19, 20, year over year over year over year over year over year. So, I mean, you're controlling a $100,000 asset for 20 grand down. Let's say it appreciates 5 grand. So right there, that is a, what is that? Is that a 20%? Yeah. 20%. Oh my gosh, man. Let me just do it. I hate when I have to. So 5 divided by 25. Yep, 20% return on investment because you're controlling it so little. So it's like a 1 to 5 lever here of your bet on that. So there you go. There's the 4 advantages: cash flow, tax savings, leverage, appreciation. And all of these combined, let me kind of give a general ROI on leverage. I'd say, let's just put it in the 4 to 6% of that mortgage pay down. Obviously here you're seeing a 20% then on top of that, plus a 4% rent growth, which 50 extra bucks a month, of that one is actually like a 33% if you get 50 bucks extra a month and you're making 150, in cash flow that first year. So I'm talking massive, 20 plus 33% plus 5% plus call it 10% plus 5%. You're getting way up there into the double digits, multiple double digits. Of course, not everything's guaranteed. Things go up and down. But I'm telling you, if you hold on, see this in the long-term approach, 5, 10, 20 years from now, you're going to be doing good. It is the #1 way that millionaires have made their money is through real estate investing. They invest in hard assets like real estate. They get those streams of income. Thank you so much, guys. I am so happy to bring this video to you to help expand your mind, to help you get out of the rat race. Guys, please comment on this video. Let me know your thoughts on cash flow tax savings, the mortgage pay down, and appreciation. Comment if you like what you've seen here. Subscribe to our YouTube video. We're going to be putting out way awesome content. Spread the message. Thank you so much. Have a good one.